There's a chiropractor in town whose clinic is called chiropractor. I respect that. I feel like as a society, we'd all be so much better off if we were honest about what we can provide, like a restaurant called like average chefs, but they're trying, or a barber shop called I'll make you look like a goat, or a political party called dumbasses. Yeah, but welcome to the show. Welcome to the game. Welcome to America. When I first came into this country, they stopped me at the airport. They were like, "Oh, this kid might have guns," and I didn't. So I just left and bought one from Walmart. I think that's what you're supposed to do there. Made me a citizen at checkout. Basically, you can buy a gun next to almond milk. Isn't that wild? It's crazy to me. I bought this milk once though, and it said award-winning milk. Anyone here seen the Milk Awards? I missed that on the news. I don't know. It's an interesting country. Yeah, I'm not from here, as you guys can tell. Whenever I ask an American like what race they think I am, they all say Indian. And it's true, I am Indian. But that isn't my race, that's my nationality. Because brown people, we come from India, Pakistan, New Jersey, all the essentials. California, Bay Area. Yeah. I have to fly back home to visit my family and stuff. I don't like flying though. I'm kind of scared, I'm gonna be honest. Because if I'm flying, right, and then the plane crashes, but the pilot survives, do you guys think they get fired at least, or I don't know, pretty high stakes mistake? I'm dead and he's still getting severance. That's kind of fucked up. Yeah. I also get jet lagged a lot. That's why I hate flying. And I hate jet lag. Like jet lag makes me hate. I hate jet lag. It makes me wish like the Earth was flat and like facing the sun, because that way we'd all be dead. But I came here for school, and a lot of my friends back home also came here for school. Came back completely different, and I don't want to do that because I love India a lot. But I did really try like fitting in here. I really tried, and then I had to pretend to like baseball. That's when I like draw the line. Because cricket's the superior sport by far. Right? Like baseball, you get 3 tries. You don't get 3 tries in life. You man child, you don't you behave. I have friends here though, from like all over the world, and that can be tricky sometimes. Being friends with someone whose country is always going through shit. I walk out of my room like, bro, you didn't text me back. And he's like, my country is no longer a democracy. My bad. Sorry. I've also seen how America has changed us. Because that's what it does. Like, it sucks you in and then it changes you. Like, one of my friends, she was gonna get, if she didn't come to college, she was gonna get an arranged marriage to a guy she barely knows. And now she's been in a situationship for 6 months with a guy she knows too much. Like, after a point, like, get on with it. That's just my take. I have another friend, he grew up in a refugee camp, struggled to get a nutritious meal every day. And now he won't touch bread that's not brioche. One is that I'm not going to eat bread anymore. I open the fridge, I see 2 boxes of croissants. You can't give him any of the, he's like sourdough, like what the fuck? You violating my rights. I get it though, I think we failed as a society when we had to start pretending that sourdough bread tastes good. That shit is ass. I didn't tell you that. So bad. It's so. I've never been eating bread and thought, oh, sourness is missing. What? What are you talking about? So bad. But it's also like I have a bit of a sweet tooth. I don't know, that might be why. But I found like the perfect balance in Sour Patch Kids. That's like, I'm a fiend for that shit. Like, I could eat so much of it. But also like, what the fuck, you know? Like candy shaped like kids, isn't that a little concerning? I don't know, like, how does that meeting even go? Like, oh, we have all the essential candy shapes in the mortar already. We have worms, we have beans, we have pears. How about human kids? Sprinkle sugar on them and make them taste amazing. The best things in the world. And you know the fucked up thing about that is like some kids taste better than other kids. I'm eating, why am I eating the orange ones? Suck. Of course, the best colors are red and blue. And with the sugar on top, that's red, blue, and white, which is colors of the American flag. And it's more American than racism, right? Guys, that's the last time I'm doing that joke. I'm tired of that joke. It's a really good joke, but I'm so tired of doing it. But it's not my favorite candy though. I'll be honest, like my favorite candy is candy with weed in it. Incredible. I don't know how you think of that shit. Like, thank you. It's amazing. I love weed though. It's a bit of a problem. But I've been trying to cut back a bit because I do really weird shit when I'm high. Like this show. I like to eat when I'm high. And this one time I wanted to eat corn. So I put the water on boil, right? I thought I burnt the water. You know how high you have to be to think you set water on fire? I once apologized to my shoes because I thought they were offended that I was putting them on. They just stare at me like. It's crazy. I once got high with a girl and she asked me, she asked me what my favorite movie was. I spent 10 minutes yapping about why Sausage Party misunderstood masterpiece. Which it is, it's such a good movie. Honestly. I was one time I went to the club with my friend and then we were like getting really personal for some reason. Like right next to us there was like Grinder and Grindy and we're just like unloading our traumas on each other. And he's like, bro, I've been hitting the gym and I'm so proud I've been getting big. Because when I was young, I was really skinny because I was a dancer. And I was trying to empathize, I'm like, bro, same. Like, I was so skinny when I was young because I was a dancer. And he said, oh, I had leukemia, which one did you have? And I realized he wasn't skinny because he was a dancer. He was skinny because he had cancer. Bro, that should have been my sign to quit, right? Next day I got high again. Went to a party again, high, and I see this white woman keeps like looking at me, right? And I'm like, okay, I guess I'll talk to you. I go up to her. I'm like, hey, beautiful, would you like to dance? And she said, no, I have a boyfriend. I'm like, okay. For some reason, I turned to a friend who is somehow equally beautiful. And I say to her, what about you? You look like a dancer. And she said, first of all, I'm her twin sister. I realized why they were equally beautiful. And she said, what do you mean I'm a Cancer? And she was an Aries. I was the biggest white woman hate crime. and Aries is Cancer. I don't recommend it. But I've been trying to figure it all out. Like the whole relationships thing. Like it's tricky here. Like it's different back home. I like here. I've been trying to look for love. I'll be honest. I think all of us are. I was talking to my friend about it, about love, and he's like a finance bro. He's like, bro, love is all constructed. It's all just sex. It's a social construct. This guy trades stocks, by the way. And I was like, oh, let me bet on this company, and we're gonna pretend like it's worth more, and now my money is worth more. But someone else thinks it's worth less, so now my money is worth less. Apparently, love is the fake one. Yeah. But it's true. It's because like I thought, I had something going with this white woman, and then she said, I'm into you because I'm into unconventionally attractive men. Yeah, that's just American for you're attractive but Indian. I feel like white women here sometimes see brown men the same way they see like an art house A24 film. His name's Kartik, probably I've heard of him. Like this indie Indian guy. No, babe, he's not that scary, no. Low budget though, really low budget. No, babe, he's not finishing fast. I call it coming of age. Okay, imagine. Yeah, it's tricky, man. I also like when I see people in relationships, I'm like, how you like the way people talk in relationships really confuses me. Like who's the first guy who called his wife baby? Like, what was he thinking? Oh, let me call it an infant. Love being called a toddler. And recently, women started calling their partners daddy. So weird. I should say I call my girlfriend uncle. Yeah, but I was thinking about it. I was like, why do I feel like I don't deserve this? Because I realize I've never been strong enough to love someone truly, like fully. Because it's like I've never been brave enough to fully show like my mess, and accept someone else's mess and then try and figure it out together. I feel like I've never felt like I was worthy enough for that. I was thinking about why, and I was digging into my experience here. I was thinking about like my time when I was a benchwarmer in my high school football team. You idiots call it soccer or something. By the way, American football, dumbest sport ever. Like, what do you mean the same team has a team for attack and defense? So stupid. I remember this moment when I was like on the bench, and I saw like our team was a mess, and my coach was getting frustrated. And I remember thinking like, oh, like if he put me on, I could change the game. But he didn't, obviously. And I didn't do anything about it because I was just a bit of a pussy. Also deep down, like I realized, like I don't think I'm actually good enough to help the team, or help the mess. Because like I was kind of short, skinny, slow, like all those things, that make you bad at a sport. I think, like, I took that mindset with me, like, wherever I went. I was like, oh, I'm not, like, what's funny, bro? I'm kind of being emotional. So one guy like, being vulnerable and shit. I think, like comedy was the first time I felt like I got off the bench. You know, if that makes sense. I was like, I'm capable of. I was like, okay, I'm creating my own mess, but like I'm gonna figure it out. Like I'm worthy to be able to figure out this mess. Even the mess we're in right now, like this hasn't been funny for a minute. But I trust myself to be able to make it funny again, you know. But I was thinking about like, why is it that comedy works? You know, because in comedy I could eat a bag of candy and have a joke. But if I walk into my locker room eating a bag of kids, I am the joke. Yeah, I think that's like a big part of life is like trying to clean your mess, you know, so that when you find someone whose like mess is compatible, you're not burdening them with like a crazy mess, you know. Like you have to at least vacuum your mess. And I realized navigating your anxieties. I realized I was a very, very anxious person, and that was like when I first started doing comedy as well, I had so much stage fright. Like it was insane. And I started like looking up like how do I feel less scared on stage. You know, and the main advice I got was picture your audience in their underwear. I don't know if you guys have heard. It's such a strange idea that if you're wearing more clothes than someone, that you hold power over them, you know. If you guys don't really worry, I'm gonna do that. I'm trying to be a comedian, not president. Yeah. Another advice I got was buy a new outfit, which I don't know, maybe should have done that. I'm wearing green because it's my lucky number. It's a stupid joke. It's better than what you guys are wearing though. Why would you show up to a comedy show in your underwear? What are you doing? But I got better, like I got less anxious, you know. But then it was like affecting other parts of my life. Like I was like having trouble sleeping because I would just be like up all night thinking about stupid shit that doesn't matter, you know. And I was like, how do I fix this? Like, how do I sleep again? And I tried counting sheep. What the fuck? It's so stupid. And it makes. I looked at it was the medieval Brits, obviously. It's dumb. And what they used to do, they used to count their sheep as they walked into the pen, and that would be boring enough for them to go to bed. So I tried visualizing. I started having fun. I was like, but Q-tip, that's my favorite sheep. You can throw that. So that was dumb. I asked my friend who sleeps like a baby. I don't know how, he's like a piece of shit. Like he's a bad person. He's like a baby. And he said, you should try sleeping half naked. I don't know why like nudity is a big theme in advice people give each other. But he said try sleeping half naked. I don't know what you guys are wondering, like which half. It's actually a quarter on each side. I slept with socks and a scarf on. I covered all the essentials. Yeah, just in case someone walks in and lifts my blanket up. Not that I'm ashamed, I'm just trying to be humble. You know. By the way, it's been long enough, and I've I think matured enough to realize big dick energy is not a real thing. I waited for the gifts, nothing came. I feel like my confidence in public actually dramatically reduces when I have an erection. I love to pee though, that's my favorite word. Just to pee it out of my body. But then this really weird thing happened though. There was this wave of 5 Indians who peed on planes, on other people. And I don't know how, we don't do that. We can control our piss. I don't know how they all just happen to be Indian. But at the same time, have the weakest bladder on the planet, literally. Like, I pee, and then 20 minutes later I need to pee. I didn't even drink water. Like, where is it coming from? You know what I'm saying? I followed the rules. Now I need to worry about like not peeing on someone in the plane. Like, that's not a fair burden to put on a brown man. Damn. Lost you guys a bit there. I love peeing in public bathrooms though. I know it's a hot take. This is the last pee joke, guys. But this is also a really hot take. But I think like if there's two people like using a urinal and like the middle one is free, I always go to that one. So much fun just causing chaos. I just walk up, I'm like, nice cock. And the two guys are like, which one of our cocks? Critiquing, you know. But I don't clarify my cock critique. I want them to leave thinking this guy had to hype up his own cock to be together. That was the last dick joke. But I realized like it's actually low-key like such an intimate experience, you know? Like 3 men just peeing together. But no one says like, you know, there's no connection. Like you kind of just ignore the fact that there's 2 other vulnerable men like right next to you. And that put me in like a bit of a spiral because I was like, I feel like the way we've set things up and like the way things are built, like we are deriving ourselves, was that a word? No. What's the word? Depriving, yeah, depriving. We're depriving ourselves of like a connection, you know? And then like we don't connect and then we feel bad about ourselves and then we step out, we see a building and we're like, whoa, I'm like tiny, I'm such a small person, you know? And then like you feel bad and then you like buy shit to like feel better and then you buy it and then like now you're like, wait, that didn't help and like now you feel worse and then you're in that cycle again because you have no one to connect with because of the way we've made things. And then you buy shit again and you keep doing it and you die. Like you do nothing and then you're dead. Like that doesn't seem fair, right? I realized that was like the base of all my anxieties is the fact that I'm gonna die, you know? It's not funny. there was a point in my life where I thought I wasn't gonna die. Like I thought I was like the exception. And then someone cooler than me died. I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna die. You know? I just hope when I die, like someone remembers to cancel all my subscriptions. You know? Like for streaming, so I pay $8 a month for shows I don't like. I watch like once. You know? Like how many dead people do you guys think are still paying for Adobe? You know? Like, what are you gonna do with Premiere when your credits have rolled? You know what I'm saying? They don't ask you that when you sign up, like birth date. What about my death date? Like, how do you know when to stop charging me? You know? So I was thinking about that. Because dying is insane. Like, that is insane. You know? And maybe, like, who's the first guy who died? And that must have been kind of awkward, right? Like, asleep, I think, for like 6 months. And I think one big reason for my anxiety about death was I don't think it's possible to have a good afterlife, like a happy afterlife. You know, because you could go to heaven, but you still have like the same brain and body. You know, like sure, I'm smoking a joint with Robin Williams. Still gonna spend every night awake wondering if he actually likes me, you know? Sure, I can eat any food I want, but I'm still brown and 5'10" and skinny fat, you know? Sure, I'm married to Helen of Troy, but Cleopatra broke my heart because I'm too Indian to be Egyptian, you know? And that was my concern. I was like, like when does it end? Does it ever end? Like it never, like you're gonna die, but you're still like there. And then this gave me a desire to just be. When do I just get to sit on the bench, with no desire, no shame about not wanting to play the game, and just chill and just be a witness. And this realization struck me, and this was also the time I stopped playing football. Like I left the game, because I realized like I don't know why I'm trying so hard to love something that doesn't love me back, right? Mhm. Um, yeah, so I left it. And then, I don't know what happened after that. I feel like something happened after that. I'm trying to remember. But I did leave football, and it reminds me like this whole thing of like nothing and like it reminds me of this saying white people say like good things come to an end. Have you guys heard that? And that's so stupid. Like why would you want to like oh you're happy, you're ready to be depressed again? What? Because we don't emphasize that enough that like everything comes to an end. My problem with it is that something new always begins. Or the day ends, let's say, for example, but the night begins, high school ends, like college begins, college ends, like unemployment begins. When does it stop? That's my concern. And then I also realized I'm growing older, like when I turned 18, I was like, damn, I'm invincible, I can do whatever I want. I can vote. I can vote for genocide or more genocide. Fine. Yay. I decided to drive though. I think driving is because I was like, oh, like a big metal box in my control, And then I realized that's also not in my control. Because fact, 100% of the people in this room have road rage. 100% of you. Because people are like, oh, if your partner has road rage, like that's a big red flag. But I think if I'm driving with my loved ones and some idiot is about to end my life, I think I have a small right to be pissed. I think it'd be a bigger red flag. I'm like, yeah, just go ahead, bro. I'm gonna do it anyway. Come. Come. I was driving once though. I saw this car that said "baby on board." Like that's supposed to change how I drive. And the car with babies in it. I should drive like I care about being alive. So dumb. My friend doesn't drive cars though. He drives bikes. But he drives his bike without a helmet, which I don't get because he's like playing with his life. And then this one time I was cooking dinner for him. I was waiting for him at my house, and he pulls up without his helmet. And then the first thing he does is tie a napkin on. Like, basically, like he's willing to go at death speeds, but God forbid, like my potato falls on his lap, And then he's like, bro, I have so much experience riding bikes. Doesn't have any experience eating. I also hate it when I cook food for someone, and then they eat it, and then they take a shit like right after. It's so foul. And then in front of me, like, can I use your? No, you can't fucking use my bottle. What are you talking about? Hold that shit in. I just gave you that shit. Hold it in. So weird, Yeah. But I love cooking food for people. That's like my favorite way to connect with someone is making them food. But sometimes, I know this is like kind of dark, Sometimes when I'm cooking and I hold a knife in my hand, I'm just like, well, what if I just, like, not just like, so much would change, if I don't know how myself in any way. I love life. I'm just like, your friend's cooking you food, he's dead. Like, isn't that kind of fun? I mean, not fun, like surprising. I don't want to die. Like, I want to make it forever. Right? I want everyone to live. At the same time, though, like, I think what would really piss me off is if someone took a bullet for me. That would be like, what are you doing that for? How much attention do you need? You know what I'm saying? No one asked you to do that. Because now I've lost someone who loved me enough to die for me, but I also have to like feel bad about it the rest of my life. You know, I'm out just having fun. Like, whoa, that shot of vodka worth the shot Todd took for you. You know, I think I would honestly, I would end my life if a guy named Todd took a bullet for me. Such a bad existence, I think. So like he's up there chilling with like fucking Tupac or whatever, and I'm like here, like feeling bad about being an alcoholic. Like that's not fair. And that's when I realized what true love is letting someone else take a bullet for you. You get what I'm saying? Because like I live the shitty life, they're chilling in heaven. You know? Yeah. I turned 22 this week, and that's like there's nothing left to look forward to. 22 is such a sad. Because when I turned 21, I was like, oh shit, I can finally drive for Uber. That's fun. Versus you're like, oh, I can buy alcohol, and alcohol can make you happy for a bit and not sad. But I realized like a better intoxicant than alcohol is youth. Like it's fun to be young, you know. Especially in this country. Like this country, if you're a person of color, you're tired by like 30. Like they've got you by then. You know. Like like it really makes you aware that you're a race. Because race individual. Because when I was growing up, I was like, oh, I'm a guy. But here I'm like, oh, I'm a brown guy, and I bring that in every interaction I go to. You know? And it made it really hard for me to like fully trust a white person. I was like, because that was a sweet point. And then I think once white people realized having friends of color doesn't make you less racist, they're like, what's the point then? What am I getting out of this transaction? I realized I needed like, because I had a white friend, right, who I thought I trusted, and then they said, oh, I don't see color. It's easy to say that after the damage is done, you know? Like for centuries, like, oh, fucking let's kill him because he's melanated. And then be like, oh, skin tone, who said anything about skin tone? I realized I needed like a litmus test to know if I should spend my time telling this person about my mess, you know? And I realized, and this is not foolproof, but ugly white people usually aren't racist, usually. And I'm not saying if you're anti-racist, you're ugly. I'm just saying if you're ugly, you lose the privilege of racism. You need me on your side. I fight for you. But the reason I say it's not foolproof is because all the time I see like these ugly old white men in town who like know I'm in earshot. Like they want me to hear it. And they say shit like, oh, these fucking pesky immigrants. That's what these pesky immigrants are taking our jobs. And that's always a very funny statement to me. That these immigrants are taking our jobs. And then they say shit like, oh, but I would let Tom Holland like fuck me in the ass, or I don't know, like that's so wild. Like Margot Robbie is so good. They're also immigrants, dumbass. Like British and Australian immigrants. It's just when you have melanin, they're like, get this bitch out of my country. That's why it also makes it hard for me to trust that America found aliens. I don't buy that shit. Because if I'm an alien that can travel anywhere in the universe, you know, there's no way I'm like, let's go to Texas. Texas, gang. The one place known for treating aliens well. Just hear Trump on the news like, we're gonna build a roof. We're gonna make the aliens get there. But yeah, I feel like there's a culture here, you know, where the self comes first. Like back home, it's like, oh, my family, or like my community, or my street, or like my vicinity, something like that. But here it's always like me first, me first. Like a lot of main character syndrome. I don't think I'm the main character. I really hope not. My movie's gonna flop, bro. There's nothing happening. Even A24 is like, this guy's not even boring enough. Like, sure, the scene where he fought the guy on his football team because he thought it would reclaim his manhood in some way. Like, that was compelling, but when's he gonna have sex with a peach? That happened in an A24 film, by the way. I saw that, and I'm like, what the fuck is this guy doing? It was really funny. Yeah. I don't know, maybe it's like human nature to think we're at the center, But we're not. Like it's been proven we're not. Like humans aren't even the most attractive animal. Yeah. I got you. Because explain to me why sometimes I open my phone, right, and I read man fucks goat, but I never read like goat fucks man. Are we that unfuckable? What's happening? Guys, I have another joke about animal fucking. Let me get to What's insane to me is the idea of an animal or animals having a mating call. Like, that's insane, right? I saw this video of an elk's mating call, and I'll translate because I speak elk. It's basically this elk. It's like eating food. Like, what a lovely meal. Anyway, it's time for some elk pussy. Who's trying to fuck? Someone trying to fuck. It's time for my daily fuck. Like, that's crazy. The animals can just say they want to do it and then they do it. And we're like, oh, maybe if I played the guitar. It's crazy. I feel like we've complicated life a lot, Maybe for the better. Maybe it's good that we can't just. It's good we don't have a meeting call. That would be kind of wild. I think this complication we've made, though, like that's also why we're like so scared of AI. Because we're not scared that AI is gonna like start thinking. We're scared that AI is gonna start something that efficient. It's gonna start thinking like us, Like you text AI a question, and then it responds a month later, like you should see other people, Because we give animals a lot of shit for like not being as smart as us, but they're also like not as stupid as us, Like what is this animal is causing its own extinction because it made plastic tubes because it got tired of doing this. You know what I'm saying? What was I talking about? How we suck, right? Which we do, I guess. It's like we had the chance to play the game, but then we just benched ourselves. You know what I'm saying? That's what it feels like. Like they're like, oh, go play, but we're like, no, that's scary. It's like I'll get pushed or yelled at or thrown to the ground, or sometimes you give it your all and you still lose the game, and that hurts a lot, right? So we're like, okay, I'm gonna choose the comfort of the bench. That's what it became. Like we were focused on making the most comfortable bench where we can just chill and like watch Sausage Party or something, And it trips me out that we did that. Because, well, here's the thing, right? Think about it's like we went to the bench And then these other dudes, these white dudes, just took over the game and changed the rules. And now, like, we don't even know how to play the game. You know, like we go, let's say we get off the bench, we go in, where we don't know what to do. We don't know how to play the game. Because the game is. And then think about this, right? Like, think of every scum of the earth person, every worst person you can think of. Like Hitler, Stalin, notice how they're always men, and we still, it's not like, we still didn't elect a woman, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of crazy. I'm not saying like women are some angels either, I was just trying to say, I think everyone deserves an equal opportunity to fuck up the world. Like, why should we be the only ones who fuck up the world? Everyone should get to do it. Yeah. But I think like a lot of this starts here, like in this country. There's a lot of problems here. It feels like this country feels like a man who didn't get enough love and now is like overcompensating, trying to find it in dumb ways. Well, it's a very insecure country, I'll tell you this. Because how do you share a border with like a beautiful country and think, oh, I'm gonna make the new version of that. It's like New Mexico, but like it's new. It's in the name. It's so dumb. New Mexico. You know how there's a full country, this is my version of a country. And even like, it feels weird here, like even with stand-up. Because again, I love stand-up a lot. But sometimes like, does stand-up love me back? Is this football all over again? Loving something so much and it doesn't want me back or it doesn't love me back, Because in stand-up, like, you kill or you bomb. And as a brown guy, like, I don't like to be either of those things in public. That's how they weren't thinking of me when they made those terms, That's what was happening here. They only care about a certain group of people. I keep hearing someone giggling. I know who it is, yeah. I appreciate the about to end. I'm gonna end with this, right? That we're on the bench, and it feels like really, really hopeless sometimes. That you're on the bench and there's nothing to do. There's no game to play, and like you could try like invading the pitch, but now they're like sending you back. And now they're like, oh, you can't even step on the pitch because we've changed the rules. And then you're like, is there even anyone like on this team that I care about? Is there anyone I would let take a bullet for me? I don't know. I don't think so. Like, no, I do think so. I love holiday. I love people. This is a character on stage. This isn't my actual thoughts. Sometimes like we've been on the bench so long. We've been warming the bench for these guys, right? And now they're playing. We're still warming the bench. And like it's so warm. It's so hot. Like I can feel the fire on my ass. You know what I'm saying? Like it's literally on fire now. And that's like frustrating. Because like everything starts catching fire, like fire spreads. I think that's how it works. Like it spreads. And then Like everything, like what happens when the game ends? You know, like, will you not go home? But like you can't, right? Because we're all gonna die on the bench. Right? Because like the bench is on fire, everything's on fire. How are we gonna survive this? I was thinking back like to this cycle, like everything ends, but then something new begins. And I realized like there's gonna be more games though. You know, like this isn't the final game. So it's still like possible to, you know, find some hope. Right? Like you would start by like cleaning your mess, you know. Help your friend clean the mess. You could help clean the team's mess. And fuck the coach, you could make your own team also. You know, like things can get shitty, but you can choose to stay on the bench, or you can start like playing the game. Yeah. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys. Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much.
कभी काली रतियाँ कभी दिन सुहाने, किस्मत की बातें तो किस्मत ही जाने। ओ बेटा जी, ओ बेटा जी, अरे ओ बाबूजी, किस्मत की हवा कभी नरम कभी गरम, कभी नरम नरम कभी गरम गरम, कभी नरम गरम नरम गरम। ओ बेटा जी, किस्मत की हवा कभी नरम कभी गरम, कभी नरम नरम कभी गरम गरम, कभी नरम गरम नरम गरम। ओ बेटा जी। बड़ी अकड़ से बेटा निकले घर से एक्टर होने, बाहरी किस्मत किस्मत में थे लिखे बर्तन धोने, अरे भाई लिखे बर्तन धोने। ओ बेटा जी, जीने का मजा कभी नरम कभी गरम, कभी नरम नरम कभी गरम गरम, कभी नरम गरम नरम गरम। ओ बेटा जी, अरे ओ बाबूजी, किस्मत की हवा कभी नरम कभी गरम, कभी नरम नरम कभी गरम गरम, कभी नरम गरम नरम गरम। ओ बेटा जी। दुनिया के इस चिड़िया घर में तरह तरह का जलवा, मिले किसी को सूखी रोटी किसी को पूरी हलवा, अरे भाई किसी को पूरी हलवा। ओ बेटा जी, खिचड़ी का मजा कभी नरम कभी गरम, कभी नरम नरम कभी गरम गरम, कभी नरम गरम नरम गरम। ओ बेटा जी, अरे ओ बाबूजी, किस्मत की हवा कभी नरम कभी गरम, कभी नरम नरम कभी गरम गरम, कभी नरम गरम नरम गरम। ओ बेटा जी। दर्द दिया तो थोड़ा थोड़ा खुशी भी थोड़ा।